Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Abel Speaks podcast. Today, we are going foundational. We're going, if we could go back in time, maybe we would have made this the first episode ever. We haven't done it, and so we're going to do it now. And so we're going to ask the question, who does Abel Speaks serve? And so I'm going to break that down into a few different pieces as people ask it. Overall, our mission is that we support families who have chosen to carry a child with a life-limiting diagnosis during pregnancy. And so break that down for us, starting with diagnosis, life-limiting diagnosis. So there's specific ones we serve, specific ones we don't.
Yeah, so we've served roughly 20 different diagnoses, and there are some that are more common than others: trisomy 18, trisomy 13, anencephaly, limb-body wall complex, different things like that. But yeah, any diagnosis where the life expectancy of the baby in utero or outside of the womb is shorter than expected, those are the families that we serve. And then there are like one-off situations, like for example, Down syndrome is not typically considered life-limiting, but sometimes they do have severe heart condition or might have Down syndrome, but also hypoplastic left heart. And so in those scenarios, we will also serve that family.
Yeah. So generally not if it's hey, this road is going to look different in terms of maybe a disability or an unexpected context. It's not just that, it's like a step further, which is the implication of that is that you're potentially or more than likely looking at limited time with your child.
Right.
So that's really our niche, to the degree of that's who we're built to serve. With that said, at any given point in time, we have between 10 and 20 what we call caregiving families that are still actively caring for their children outside of the womb. And so a lot of times medically, these diagnoses can be spoken over families as if, hey, it's totally futile. You're looking at best minutes or hours. And we have kiddos and families that are months, years old.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah. And the reality is, most of these diagnoses are going to limit the time pretty significantly. So hours, days, maybe a couple weeks. But then there are the kiddos that the diagnosis hasn't impacted their body as severely as what is normal or typical. And and then their families get to take them home and then start the journey of caring for a child with medically complex needs.
So all of that said, regardless of diagnosis, our vision as an organization is that we can help parents. Every family that we serve will be able to cherish their child's life, no matter the length, and that every family will be able to experience hope and joy alongside the sorrow and the grief. That's what we're built to do. And so regardless of your life-limiting diagnosis, please reach out. We would love to support you. We'd love to serve you and walk with you. And so as far as timing of when you reach out, is there a certain period where you missed your window? Sorry, it's too late to reach out.
Short answer is no. We are built to meet families shortly after they receive the diagnosis, just because we found that the longer we have as a ministry to connect with families relationally, the more trust they can have in us, and the better we can equip them and prepare them for the journey ahead and help navigate medical conversations and all these decisions that come with caring for a baby that has received a life-limiting diagnosis, and also to help encourage, prepare their heart and mind, give biblical truth and wisdom as we navigate these this hard road, as well as just the big questions of life that come up. But with that being said, we have families that reach out to us after they've had the baby and they're caregiving, or we have families that reach out to us that have had their child, they've lost their baby, and are now kind of walking through that piece of the grief journey. And so whether you're expecting caregiving or have already experienced loss, we'd love for you to reach out, and we'd love to still be able to serve you in whatever way we can.
Yeah. As a general rule of thumb, as you had said, the earlier, the better. But we'll still have people that will reach out either by email or by Instagram and just say, oh man, I just found your organization. I wish I would have found you sooner.
Yeah.
We're due in 2 weeks. And absolutely, you can still reach out in the third trimester down the home stretch, and we would still love to step in and walk with you to prepare for baby's birthday and things like that. Or, getting connected with folks of, hey, we just had our child's, our time with our child 2 months ago, and so it's a freshly grieving family, or 2 years ago, and we're a little further down the road, but still that camaraderie and that community, we would love to be a part of it. In any and all of those situations, you're not excluded from reaching out, and we would love to get to know you, to get to know your child's story. And so the last question is there a certain geographic location, states, countries that we limit our services to?
No. We started and were founded here in Dallas-Fort Worth. And so when we started the ministry, that's kind of what we just thought we'd be a local nonprofit, but the Lord has grown it significantly. And so we've served every U.S. state as well as 8 different countries. And so no matter where you're located, we would love to connect with you. Everybody knows how to Zoom at this point. And so that's the way that we meet with families, no matter where they're located. And yeah, it's a privilege to get to connect with people all over the U.S. and all over the world.
Yeah. So in summary, we exist to support families who have chosen to carry a child with a life-limiting diagnosis. That is any range of diagnoses where the implications are you might be looking at limited time, and how do we walk this road and how do we cherish the time that we do have while navigating all of those unknowns. That's what we're built to do. And then our vision in that is that every family we serve will cherish their child's life and have hope even in the midst of sorrow. So yeah, that is Abel Speaks in a snapshot. That is what we are built to do, who we are built to serve, and we can serve your family in any capacity. It is our joy to do so. And so we hope that you'll reach out, and we'll hope to connect with you very soon. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.